Hey up YouTube, Chris here, the Country Cottage Gardener. Thanks for joining me for another video. I hope that little snappy intro, ooh, tennis ball, caught your interest slightly. I want to entitle this video about how much work is too much work for going that extra mile. And this is quite poignant really, as I'm walking back around here with the blower. This I don't know, it's about an acre field, I guess, this bit. I've actually just cut, it's the first time I've had the tractor out this year. I've just cut a really interesting snaking, twisting path all the way around this bit of the field. Why? For the kiddies' petrol go-kart. We've got this top bit of the field which the horse doesn't really go in so much. I said, well, let's let the grass grow up here in this paddock and cut you know, a track into it, and then every I don't know, in the summer months, probably every 2 weeks or something, just bring the tractor out and smack it around. But it'll certainly give, let's get that ball gone, it'll give us something to follow. We've had the first dry day, so I've gone and done the first and last cut in parts of the other field. Anyway, let's get right into the movie, into the video. What the hell am I talking about? Let's get into the video and discuss my thoughts on can we do too much for these customers? So if you want a very quick, short answer, no. I don't think we can do too much for our customers at times, as long as it's within our remit of work. Let's just take this backpack blower off. As long as it's within our remit, we feel comfortable with what work we're doing, and we don't feel that we've been taken advantage of, to be honest, because that is part of the job as well, is you don't want to be taken advantage of. And this is the same with any work. This client I come to, I'll give you some context. I've been coming to them for, I don't know, 7-8 years, something like that. I come to them every week. I can do more hours if I need to, if I want to, etc. And I take it upon myself to do that a little bit extra, not just because of the type of client, but because it's in my personality. This morning, and this is what has poked me on to do this video, I noticed while I was working on some borders that bolt, that 30mm bolt on the bottom of their automated gate was loose. I could move it by hand. That means it was going to be putting a lot of stress on the top part and the automated bit. I went to the client and said, look, I haven't got the tools with me here, but I'm keen to get this done. I don't want to leave it for another week. So yes, I was due to be working, and in a sense I am still working, but I got in my van, I went home, picked up the tools I needed, come back, and it took me 30-40 seconds, but the whole thing was about 40 minutes inconvenience for sorting something out. It's little things like that that I think make the bigger difference in the bigger picture with your clients. You can't do it with, well, you say you can't do it. I mean, I do. Now this isn't a look at me, look how marvellous I am, look at what wonderful things I'm doing and what a beautiful human being I am. It's not that type of post. It's the type of post where I say, these are the sort of things I do. One, because I want to, one, because it's a nice thing to do, and two, well, it's just, it makes good business sense, I think. You know, being a nice person shouldn't be looked at as a business thing, but it is an example. Talk for other examples of things that I've done for this client which are above and beyond. Simple things like fixing their high chairs for their kids. The other week the tractor mower wasn't going, they would take it off to a dealer. I said, let me have a look at it first, I've got a bit of knowledge about these things, and I appreciate not everybody does, but again, this is examples. and I adjusted the carburetor on it and got it running tickety-boo. Again, I replaced some batteries which were built into one of the kids' quad bikes. Simple things, but they were big batteries and had to have some wiring doing and things like that. And as I say, this isn't a above and beyond, but there is a flip side to this. I've had some really strange requests over the years, and only recently I had one from a client that I've only been going to for they're the least they're the youngest on my book, so about 18 months for that one. And they asked me to do some, I don't even know if I should tell you, to be honest, but they asked me to do me something which is completely beyond my remit of my day-to-day job, and a little bit into something that's morally and legally questionable. I know that sounds very cryptic, but I don't want to say, to be honest, but it was very, very weird. Okay, I'll use an example from a decade ago. I got phoned one night, one wet blustery night, and this is a completely different example, and the client was concerned that they were going to have their drains flood, and they asked if I could go over and rod and clear all of the ACO drains which come down from their driveway down to their house. They were concerned that they were going to get water coming to the house, and they phoned me up and asked if I could do it. Again, that actual same customer, it was a really cold, hard, frosty morning. I mean, it was bitter. You could feel the air frozen in your face, it was that cold. And they said, well, we don't really want you working on the garden today. I'm like, well, I'm planning on doing other things, you know, doing a bit of hedge cutting, that'll get me warm. No, don't worry about that. And they said, do you mind washing our cars? I'm like, hell yes I mind washing your cars. Don't wash my own bloody car, I'm not going to wash yours. So you can get one extreme to the other. As I say, this isn't a wow look at me post. It's a more an inquisitive post to see how far other people would go for. You might not be a gardener or a landscaper, you might follow the channel for other reasons, but even in your own day-to-day jobs, I'll be interested to see how far anybody would be willing to go. Let's use the term above and beyond. As I say, I don't mind doing the odd things. I don't mind, what's that? That's reminded me, oh no, somebody requesting to join my Facebook group. I don't mind doing the extra bits as long as it's within my capability and I don't feel that I'm being taken advantage of. But those small things I really do think can make the big differences, and I've always done it with all my clients. And I think I did a video last year or the year before where I gave a cast iron gate and installed it. I got paid to install it, but I gave it to another client and put it in their U-hedge, and things like that that I find cement relationships. It doesn't always go to plan, you know, there are people there who will take advantage, but anyway, I'll be really interested to have you guys comment and tell me what I'll tell you what would be really, really funny is if you can try and put in text any time that you've been asked to do something odd or been taken advantage of. But there we are. Anyway, a short and sweet video for today. A couple of things which just out of the normal, I guess. Cutting grass isn't, you know, out of the normal, but doing a track for a go-kart, pretty unusual. Going out your way 40 minutes to sort out a potential problem. It's unusual, but needs must. Anyway, I think from these clouds I'm going to get wet, so I'm going to give it another 20 minutes. Anyway, hope you're all well. Catch up soon.